The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 welcomes you to Meridian's favorite TV personalities and three-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, and this is Odie as we begin your day.
I'm getting there.
Getting there? Getting there?
Yeah, even my hair. I'm telling you, I got to get with makeup.
Our makeup department has just really been shutting down on us lately.
I know it.
They're supposed to come in and powder, do all that stuff.
I still got the little red flush.
At least you don't have the sheet line or that pillow line across your face. You know, but it's been a tough night.
Slobber mark, yeah.
That does happen occasionally.
Yes, it does.
Especially when you get caught. Did you get any calls you had to go out and work overnight?
Didn't overnight. Well, we had some, but I didn't wake up.
That's the way it is. There's a lot of folks that help out that go handle it when others have just wore down to a frazzle.
That's it. We had that little fire yesterday in the woods. It wasn't bad, but
well, where was that at?
That was off of Whippoorwill Lane up towards.
So Cicalina had to respond.
Yeah,
to that.
Cicalina responded to it, and we got 1.6, 1.7 inches of rain the day before, and then yet all of a sudden here the woods fire. That happens. It's still cautious.
Now, what do you?
How
do you grade what's going to happen beginning tomorrow all the way through Saturday? We're going to get rain. You think that's going to help matters a lot?
It'll help it a good bit, but then it depends on this wind. This wind dries out a lot of that moisture. The rain, it's going to soak in. It's this time of year, we've got flowers blooming, trees are blooming. So what are they doing? They're soaking up a lot of water.
Oh, yeah, they're using it, aren't they?
So they're pulling it up out of the ground, and it's helping dry everything out along with the wind.
Let me ask this. How's our pollen factor? Is it better since all this?
It's gotten a whole lot better. I think that wind that we had, I hate that we had that tornado wind. We didn't have the tornado, but we had the wind, and it knocked some of that junk out of the trees.
Absolutely there. Carl Merchant, glad to see you up and Adam there from Ocean Springs, Mississippi, joining us today.
Carl.
Vicky is also. And we'd love to hear from each and every one of y'all. If y'all want to respond, if you're watching on television, please join us online. You can do that on Facebook or YouTube and comment with us, and we'd love to see what you've got to say this morning.
Definitely.
Oh, we got to tell somebody the bad news this morning.
Uh-oh.
I mean, there's nothing worse than waking up. It is. Like one of them old Willie Nelson songs of the last thing I needed was the first thing this morning was to find out what?
Yeah.
That you no longer have a mailbox. Let's go on over here to this beautiful bean footage here and show everybody who's missing a mailbox.
Today's not the good day to have a mailbox. We got bad weather coming, and there should be some kind of mail about that.
Here we go. Yeah, it should be some mail delivered. As we look at this, if you happen to live in the 3800 block of King Road, go outside. Somebody's missing a mailbox. Somebody just happened to come down the road last night and remove it.
I don't see this generation playing mailbox baseball.
That used to be a popular thing. And then the other game that I remember people doing was the glass bottles at signs and over hitting mailboxes. That was but I don't see that anymore.
No, which is good. But, I don't think this generation could handle a good game of mailbox baseball.
No, they just basically take it out with cars. What they do nowadays. Have mercy. So check that out if you live on the 3800 block of 38th Street. It's somebody down through there that is missing one. Could be multiple, but I know of one, what we've got. And breaking news this morning, someone has given Naked Man an article of clothing.
But he covered... It was the wrong part.
It was, Odie. As we go to check out what happened last night, here it is. Naked Man spotted earlier this morning with nothing but a durag.
Yep.
He was, I don't know, Joey, that's pretty funny there. As we look at this, Naked Man was last seen running past the old car wash with nothing but a durag on, smiling and grinning this morning.
It's been a while since he's been able to get out.
It has. He's back in motion now, though. He needs to get a sponsor and get him a sponsor on that durag.
Yeah. Put one right across the back. One on each side. It highlights as it goes.
He's something else. Yeah, he hadn't hurt anybody, but he was out and about today. Also, let me go. Wait a minute. We got something, and I don't know that this may be another famous person that we have been overlooking. Let me make sure I'm getting the right address over here. I got an address somewhere, Odie. Let's go over to Decatur. Anybody noticed a lady riding a bike in the middle of the highway at night a lot? We're starting to get reports of that. Let's go over here and take a look.
Well,
right down here on Highway 15 near Country Club Drive, I've gotten several reports over the last few weeks of a lady just left to ride her bicycle after dark doing that. Now
she's got clothes
She
on.
does. It's a step up there. She's fully clothed. She's just out for a ride.
Well, I wouldn't want to ride down the middle of the road.
Yeah, could be dangerous there. Highway 15 is a busy little road there.
Yes, it is.
I'll
extremely busy.
Ask Jody about that a little later today and see how they're dealing with that situation.
Yeah. So,
Man alive. There's so much that has gone on over the last 24 hours. We've got a lot to cover. I didn't quite get that out right, did we?
We hadn't got all our coffee in us yet.
That's right. Donald Trump, of course, the biggest headline news in America today, as he has landed, he has gone there, and what will become of this? Will it ruin Donald Trump? Will it make him bigger than life?
I think it just brought up the fact that they are trying to do something to discredit him, and it's showing really what their belief system is, and I'm hoping that this pushes him straight into the White House.
Now, if I read this correctly, it's the bottom tier of any crime that you can do. And the sad part about this, $200 million spent somewhere around in there, and there are actual killers and criminals on the streets that they're not focusing on.
They don't care about that.
My 2 cents on that. They do want to take him out, and I think if they paint him bad enough, they feel America won't vote for him. Maybe that's behind it. We can't prove that, but it does look to that. Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? There's all types of folks that watch us that vote, whether you're Democrat, Republican, or if you're an independent. Everybody's got an opinion about all of this.
Now, if you take somebody that's got the same beliefs as running a country, and to me, you need to run a country just like a business, because that's what we are. And you get the beliefs of what he thinks about bringing in industry, America first, and you put them side by side with Trump, I'm probably going to go with this other person.
Because it wouldn't be as much.
Right. But nobody out there has got the thought process that can afford to go and run.
The closest to that would probably be DeSantis, however you say his name.
Yeah.
But he is still leading, whether some of them like it or not, 30 to 40 points ahead of him. Now, this is all subject to change each day.
Yeah, it could flip-flop back. And all they're doing is just making him more popular. They did this 8 years, 8 years ago. They did the same thing to him and made him popular. And they're just scared that people are going to, if he gets reelected or someone in his mindset gets elected, and we start bringing jobs back to America and people go to work for their money and they start thinking about their money and where the government's going with their money, that the Democrats are going to be going, oh, wait a minute, we can't buy this stuff no more. Y'all are earning your money. You're having to think about what your money's being spent.
And if you disagree with that, we'd love to hear from you as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's just my thought, my personal thoughts, not connected to anything else, just my personal
Sanders says it's free TV coverage for him.
It is. I agree with you.
But, years ago, and I think all of us can agree on this, whether a Democrat or Republican went in, at least in the public eye, it looked as though after they were elected, both sides did try to work together to some degree for the betterment of our country. Boy, I wish those days were around where no matter who you were, what party you were affiliated with, when whoever took over, truly they all went to work for the American people.
Yeah, let's sit down and discuss what you want to do versus what I want to do, and let's see if we can't find a happy medium. But they don't do that no more.
Somebody said the lady riding the bicycle may be going to her job. Just be careful getting to your job there. So it interesting there.
That's true. And I had a friend, went to school. Mom and Daddy was not able to buy him vehicles.
Yeah.
So he got a job, drove a bike to school, rode a bike to school. It didn't matter if it was raining, pouring, storming.
That's what he had to do.
At work, he was at work. He finally earned enough, got him a moped. And he drove that little moped back and forth to work. Didn't matter. And for graduation, his friends' parents, they were doing a lot better. And they got their son a truck for graduation. And then looked at him and said, happy graduation.
Oh, that's good.
You've earned it. You showed us that you've got the gumption, that you're going to go out and work. And he did and continued on, and I still see him today. And hard worker. So, hey, if they're going to work, more power to them. That's awesome.
It is. That is wonderful there. So just do it safely. As we begin this morning, already 9 minutes after the hour, we hope you've got a smile. You've had a little bit of a coffee, but a lot of people lean toward that caffeine of whether it's a Coke or Mountain Dew. Whatever it is that makes you put a smile on, go get it.
Two of them.
We'll be right back.
My mama said I need a truck because this lawnmower's the devil.
Buddy, we can do it!
Need a truck?
We can do it!
Need a van?
We can do it!
Need an SUV?
Buddy, we can do it!
Need some luxury? We've got you there too.
We can do it!
At Interstate Auto, we can do it.
Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. Jackson Flowers has been a part of the Meridian area for a little over 60 years now. Now, they've moved to a new location on Highway 19 North, just 2 miles north of Walmart. You could be looking for that perfect thinking of you gift. Or maybe it's just a happy you need, whether live or artificial, no matter what the need is in your family. Whether it's a birth to your time of need, Jackson Flowers is there for you. Drop in and visit with them again. Highway 19 North, just 2 miles north of Walmart. Jackson Flowers, for all your needs. Welcome back, Scotty Ray and Odie, as we begin this morning. Now, we've had a lot go on in the Meridian area over the last 24 hours. Let's go to the first break-in that I was advised of that happened in the early hours of Tuesday morning. As we go here to pull up this, Odie, let's take a look. This is what we have. This was over at the Dollar Tree on North Hill Street. Let's pull this in. This is the front of the store. Everything looks good, but looks can be deceiving as we go around to the side. And what is this, Odie?
You know, when you see a big broken window on the side of the building, that only leads to one thing.
What's that?
Somebody had to go in there and get that $1.25 merchandise that didn't belong to them.
Lots of comments of you're going to break in somewhere. Why break into the dollar store? As we look here, now you got to be about spot. Look at this. You had to have put the crates or your Spider-Man to get in. And as we look at this, here's the glass that's broken. There's a closer look at the window of what they did. There's a note that said, sorry, we're temporarily closed for the moment. And then let's zoom this up. This would be the PD in front of the Dollar Tree there as they were investigating. Now, I did call the store and said, hey, I'd like a comment of what went on. They said, I can't give you a comment. And then the phone quickly went away. So we did call to get that. And, of course, it's probably part of a national chain to where they do not let employees speak to the media. Understand that. So then I thought, hey, what a great idea to contact the Meridian Police Department to get more information on this. So I sent an email to my contact at the Meridian Police Department, and I am still waiting. It's like, no answer.
Did they receive it?
Yes, it went right away. I send one every time I have a question. I just hadn't got an answer. Now, let's fast forward. I had several other reports of things that went on. I dropped by several businesses, and I said, did you get broken into? And they were, no, our alarm went off, but nothing happened last night. Their alarm probably went off and scared a few folks. But not so much on Highway 39. As we go up Highway 39, picture this, you're passing the jet. You're nearing to where 33rd Street is. You can see Walmart off to your right. Well, over to your left sits one of the most prominent names in Meridian. As we go here, Harry Mayer was broken into. And if you read the comments on this, Harry Mayer, one of the most liked folks in the Meridian area. They keep going, why Harry? Harry has done nothing but helped Meridian. He'd give you the shirt off his back.
Yeah, no pun intended.
Correct.
But a clothier? Is that how you say that?
Well, I even saw the comment, the best dressed criminal in Meridian is now on the streets.
Well, yeah. I mean, this has been Harry Mayer forever. His dad started.
Yeah.
He's continued it. This is something that's been around, and then we're going to treat him like that.
Now, this would happen around 3 a.m. yesterday morning is when they broke into Harry Mayer's. Harry is getting us a picture of the suspect. We will have that pretty soon today to put out, and possibly a reward coming as to who it is for the identification of the person that broke into Harry's. We'll let you know as soon as we get back with Harry on this. But y'all think about Harry. That just, they busted a window, entered his store. It's a violation. There's no other way to put this. And we keep getting this throughout the Meridian area, and I'm tired of it.
I'm at that point, too. We've got to do something.
Now, after I spoke to Harry, I also sent another email to the Meridian Police Department. I'm still waiting. No answer yet.
Maybe they need to get a public information officer.
Well, they got one of those, and I contact her frequently. She just doesn't answer me. And also all those 16 that I sent the 2 weeks before haven't been answered. I'm just saying that someone should answer that. I don't know if it would help to call Jimmy Smith and go, hello?
So we've got a public
just not answering
officer.
Yeah, just not answering the emails. And the Meridian public deserves to know a statement from the Meridian Police Department. And again, let me say this. Harry went on to say just how wonderful the Meridian Police Department was and their reaction, what they've done. The guys and gals that represent the Meridian Police Department do their job. They do it well.
It's their job to protect. It's not their job to hide information when it comes to stuff that's happened. Now, there's investigations that you don't put information
Absolutely.
out, but that's not what.
But you can always send back an email that says, hey, we're investigating a robbery or a burglary that happened on this. I also sent an email of the the robbery that happened at a store earlier this week. I didn't get an answer on that. It's just so on and so on. But I do think that someone should answer.
There's
from
always
the city.
some information that can be said.
Absolutely. Whether it's just that we are investigating that at this time, that's a statement.
Something did happen. This could have happened.
You don't have to give me, we think it was a guy wearing purple pants if you don't want to. But if you'd like to catch him, that information would also be helpful to residents who are driving down the road and go, look, there's a guy in purple pants that just broke into a store. Let me call the police and tell them where he is. That is helpful information that does go a long way in the capture of criminals.
Well, wouldn't that go the opposite way? What if somebody didn't feel comfortable calling the police?
Oh, yeah.
And they called you and said, hey, could you pass this information on? And you called the police and said, hey, I know something.
Yeah, and I do that quite often.
So, look, let's work together.
Absolutely.
You can get the information out for them. And sometimes people will reach out to you before they would them.
I often get, hey, I heard something in front of my house. There were gunshots. I've called and, well, it fell on deaf ears, so to speak. But any information we do pass along to authorities that is pertinent to catch somebody that's done something wrong. So
if that's what you really want to do.
Right.
If that's your end game is to clean this up and catch them.
So I just ask for answers is what we ask for. And it doesn't have to be much, but just an official answer would be nice there from the spokespeople.
Just a little bit.
Yep. Here we go. We got more to come. We're going to tell you. We'll get more into this discussion of West Lauderdale. I think we need to discuss that this morning, as we'll bring that up next as we start your early morning.
Hello, my name's Kenneth Graham, and I'm running for coroner of Lauderdale County. For over 50 years, Lauderdale County's been represented by professional and competent coroners. I would like to continue that tradition. Over the next several months, I want to educate the public on what the coroner does and dispel any myths about the coroner job. I can show you that I will be the most professional coroner there is. So please vote for me August the 8th.
Paid for by the Committee for the Election of Kenneth Graham.
Mark your calendars for the Spring Extravaganza Show coming Saturday, April the 15th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and conveniently located at the old Office Max building at Bonita Lake Circle.
From boutique clothes, shoes and accessories, children's clothing, spring plants, jewelry, gift items. Come shop and have lunch with Jack's Sausage Dogs. The Spring Extravaganza Gift Show coming Saturday, April the 15th from 9 until 4 at the old Office Max building in Meridian. Call Becky at 601-480-1776.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie this morning as we begin a early Wednesday. Easter is coming. Man. Y'all truly do not forget what Easter is all about. There's one guy that this is all about. It's called Jesus Christ. If you haven't met him,
that's right.
Show up Sunday. Somebody will tell you about it. Ask a neighbor. It'd be good for you.
Talking about changing your life.
Woo, yeah.
He can change your life.
Now, let's go to the next statement that has been given to us about the West Lauderdale incident. And if you're not familiar with what we're talking about, there was a threat made to a county school. And this is the latest that we got from the Sheriff's Department. Late yesterday afternoon, we received a report of an alleged threat of violence directed towards students at West Lauderdale Middle School. Based upon our investigation, we have determined that there was no current threat. A student who had been involved in a previous incident answered a question yesterday to which the response caused another student to take the response out of context. The actual event happened investigated 2 weeks ago and was handled by the school officials. A fraudulent social media profile was created. Erroneous information was being spread between students. The investigation continues. If you have information regarding the student or students who created the fake profile, please contact the school resource officer or the Sheriff's Department, is the statement we got from the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department. Now, I've had tons and tons of parents go, so this happened 2 weeks ago? Why am I just hearing about this now? And I truly don't know. I understand that a school cannot release the name of anyone who is a minor.
Right.
Get that. But there are tons of parents going, why weren't we made aware that there was some form of a threat made a couple of weeks ago is what I got out of this. I don't have an answer. I don't.
And that's a tough situation. I've tried to get on here and read and keep up with what's going on. And I got the same, okay, so someone asked this kid, what did you get suspended for? Because I said I was going to kill y'all and shoot the school up.
And so that's how that began.
And then, so this kid said, oh, I heard this to his parents. His parents said something. That's what spawned this. So I'm with everybody else. So you're saying that just a couple weeks ago, this kid said,
something. I'm
going to kill y'all and shoot this school up. And y'all told him to go home for 2 days?
There's a lot of people going, okay, why? And I think parents just want an explanation on that.
Well, this day and time, this is not a game. And some people have said, well, this kid gets bullied. Okay, we need to find out who's doing the bullying.
Absolutely.
And what did the old famous deputy say? We need to nip that in the bud. There's an issue here that needs to be tracked down and found out exactly what's going on, because when someone threatens to kill a bunch of kids and shoot up a school,
that's serious.
This day and time, 2-3 days at home, in my eyes, is not good. I got grandkids going to these schools.
Yeah. And we've seen this in the past instances, the schools across the United States where they go, well, why didn't authorities do a little bit more? Let's take the teacher that was injured by the student to where everybody complained that day, said do something, and then nothing happened. We're not saying that this incident would have turned into that. We're just saying parents want to know more. And we see that by all the comments that have been made on this. And if you've got one, we'd love to hear from you as well on that subject. It's very touchy when it comes to people's children. They want the absolute safest way it can be, and they want information. And that's what we're saying on that. That's what we know at this point. So there we go. That's
it goes back to information.
Yes.
We just need information, and if you quit hiding information, it won't hurt all at one time when something does sneak out.
Yeah, we have to have that out. Let's see, we did have reports of gunshots in the area of 5th Street last night. Let's take a look at this. Now, as we pull up this map, I got reports from ladies that lived in this area that sent me messages and said, hey, I hear it outside my house. I got reports that it was here, and then I did get some down here off of Hooper Street and South Street area. So it was gunshots in the area. Not exactly sure where they were fired, but it could be heard in all of those areas there just south of 8th Street yesterday.
We need to find this out.
Yep.
Find out where it's at. Make sure we tell the proper authorities what you've seen. I saw this kind of car. I saw this kind of person.
Maybe something will happen. They'll know who to look for.
That's right. We've got to stop them.
Police can only, when they come up to a scene, they catch somebody out of the corner of their eye running or walking, and they need a description of what they saw. And whatever you can do helps these things. I'm going to put this on the Meridian Fire Department responded to a fire yesterday, and I'm going to call this, to the best of my knowledge, and do I have this written in paper? No, but I'm going to call it vagrant is what I'm going to call this, to a fire under a bridge that was causing smoke covering South Frontage Road and 22nd Avenue there by Wendy's. Yeah. As we pull this up. This bridge right here, after you turn and go past Wendy's and you're going toward, what's the name of the store up on the right? Old Service Merchandise Building.
Yeah.
Barn Hills used to be there. Help me out there.
Golly, and I love the
Treasure
place.
Hunt. Dirt cheap.
Yeah.
In that area, somebody had built a small fire underneath the bridge there, and it was causing a lot of smoke. Meridian Fire Department boys showed up, put it out quickly, and got things to where visibility was back to where it should be. Things like that do happen in our area.
Yeah, that's tough.
Hey, I got eaten alive on social media yesterday, Odie.
Uh-oh.
I did. I made a mistake.
Uh-oh.
I made a post, and I didn't double check it here. As we go here, this was the scene, Highway 493, and probably expect this again today of traffic there as it's one lane while they work on this new bridge. But I made the mistake of I left the 4 off somehow or another, and I put Highway 93, and I didn't catch it till about 10 minutes later.
Oops.
Yeah, it was a big oops. But we got it corrected.
I've still got my thoughts about. I believe we're going to have more calls in that area with wrecks now.
That bridge,
it's got that NASCAR lean to it.
Yeah,
people are going to be speeding up, and then they're going right back over to that curve that I thought was the reason we were doing all this, to take that curve out in the first place.
Yeah, it's still there.
And it's still there, and now we just allowed them to get 20 miles an hour more speed than what they've been up to.
You got a feeling.
I hope I'm wrong.
You've seen this in your line of work before.
I've seen it over and over again, and if it's happening now, it's going to happen when we add speed.
Debbie McGibbon says that happens a lot under that bridge. And we got to say congratulations. I just got a text here. Ain't nothing makes you more proud than this. I got a text just a moment ago from Ricky Roberts. He says, my daughter is having me a new grandbaby this morning. We're just waiting here. Her name is going to be Hallie Hatcher. They were excited and waiting. So,
man, congratulations there. Golly.
Nothing quite like it, I hear.
Well, he's smiling from ear to ear, and he didn't need any caffeine this morning.
That's right. Hey, a little delay in your traffic yesterday and possibly today. Have we gotten word yet if this is going to be closed today?
I hadn't got any word on it yet, but we were told yesterday that it could go off into today. So I'm sure once crews start working, we'll get an update on that. But
if you were to take a right by Lee's Donut and go to the next stop sign, from there all the way down to Old Highway 80 is going to be blocked off. It was yesterday. Is a chance of it today.
Now, you could access that neighborhood off of 65th and off of Old 8th Street Road. You could access that neighborhood,
right?
And
other
make
ways
a roundabout. There's other ways through there, but 65th Avenue right through there. Around Structural Steel Plant 3 is where they were doing most of the work.
Yeah, so if you were trying to cut a shortcut to Queen City Truck Stop or go get you a Peterbilt emblem, you had to wait.
You wasn't going to do it that way.
You had to go a different way. Also, let's see, we'll be back. We got more headlines to bring up that's gone on over the last 24 hours. It is the fastest hour on television. Y'all buckle up. We'll be right back.
Your next Maytag or Whirlpool appliance is waiting on you at All Temp Appliance and Refrigeration on Highway 19 North. If you've been trying to locate a freezer, stop by and see their big selection of upright and chest freezers, a showroom full of stoves, gas, and electric. Maybe it's a new refrigerator from large double doors to the simplest of refrigerators. Name brand washers and dryers like Speed Queen and Amana. And delivery is available with a great service department to back up what they sell. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and by appointment after hours and weekends.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 invites you by to take a look at a brand new product they've got. Odes, ATVs, and UTVs. These side-by-sides range from 800 to 1,000 cc's, and they come with heat or air. Whether you're doing work around the farm or hunting, they've got the unit just for you to keep warm or cool, depending upon that Mississippi and Alabama day. Swing by for a test drive today at Freeman Tractor. See coleslaw, buttermilk, and don't forget you can meet their newest employee, Eggplant. That's Freeman Tractor, Highway 494.
Have you been hurt on the job? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Know your rights when it comes to the workplace injuries. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
And welcome back. As we talk about careers, we often do this, and you want to see the world? You want to see it here in Meridian? It really, well, there's unlimited what you can do, and we're talking about 6 days on the road, and you're going to make it home tonight. MCC can help you be a truck driver.
You know, if you go to the store and you look for items to buy, and you're able to get it right here and support local business, the reason that you can buy it here is because truck drivers brought those items here.
Now, I don't know if you've had the opportunity to ever go to their workforce development and drive the simulator 18-wheeler. That is just like way beyond cool.
I hadn't done that yet, but I want to.
Yeah, buddy.
Moving America, building America starts right here at driving a truck, and you can get that education, those licenses, and get all that done right here at MCC in Meridian. And be a part of rebuilding America.
Yeah, Jimmy Rigdon is a man to talk to out there. You can call him at 485-5118. Find out how you can start thinking. There's a lot of times nowadays such a shortage of these guys, bonuses all across America wanting drivers that are good at what they do. So good luck, y'all.
That's it.
7:32 this morning as we try to bring a smile to you. And
yeah.
You want to go back
Get some
and
bad stuff out of
see what happened. And I think there's a portion of America that probably has never seen this lady in a movie, but they only know there was a song that came out. Was it in the 80s?
I guess it was.
Or maybe 90s?
When was Madonna's doing this?
Was it Madonna?
80s? I think it was Madonna.
She's got Betty Davis eyes. Who sang that? That wasn't Madonna,
No, that wasn't Madonna. She sang about Betty Davis, too. Who was the one that sang about Betty Davis eyes?
But she was born in 1908. I'd almost call those bug eyes.
Yeah, the ones on the right. Now,
I saw several pictures of old Betty there. That
somebody messed up.
There you go.
She eyeballing you like,
But Betty Davis, Kim Carnes, go ahead, Bill Reinhart. I couldn't think of that for anything, but that was a huge song. But seriously, there's a lot of people that have never seen a movie with her in it, but she was a big actress in her day.
Yes, she was.
Debbie Gabriel knew that also.
Got it?
Woo, yeah. Let's see here. One of the best guys, if you ever watched To Kill a Mockingbird or any of those shows, it was a guy that stood there named Gregory Peck. He was a huge actor in his time. He was born on this day in 1916.
Wow.
He played some great parts there.
That's back when you smoked a cigarette while you were doing your interview.
Didn't he also play the role of Sergeant York? Isn't he the one who played that? Probably one of the best American films about the guy that ever joined the Army in his life. Watch that sometime.
I'm not sure if that was him or not.
I feel like it was Gregory Peck. I think so. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong on that. Now, I never watched this next show, but I remember it being pretty big during the 80s, but it just wasn't my type show. But a lot of you may have liked it. Anybody ever watch Mr. Belvedere?
You know, I watched a couple of episodes, and it was like you. It just wasn't
your thing?
Something to keep me going.
Yeah. Okay, I was wrong. Brick Gully says it was Gary Cooper. You're right. I was wrong on that.
There
we go. Well, I was in the neighborhood, but Gary Cooper played a part on that. Y'all watch that movie sometime. But Mr. Belvedere, not our pick, but hey, it's, what do we call it? The thumbs up?
Albert. And
You got to come up with a name for us.
golly, yeah, we're gonna have to come up with our own. We'll give it a yay or the nay.
Tupelo, Mississippi made headlines today in 1936. This is one of the reasons we do what we do, is to try to save lives. It wasn't that way in 1936 on this date, as we go back for 216 people were killed in Tupelo, Mississippi, as a tornado swept through the town unexpectedly.
You know, no radar.
Yeah.
No way to look at the weather that's coming and give warnings out. And our radar that we use now is fairly still a new concept. It gets redeveloped and upgraded every year, and we're doing more as we learn. But it's still weather. It's still a guess because you do not know.
It's
but
Mother Nature.
It's Mother Nature. But could you imagine living in that time where all of a sudden
There it was.
that tornado come in, you had no warning?
I guess it'd be kind of like Wizard of Oz. You know, you had to run to your shelter that was in the ground, and
Yeah.
most were built in red dirt hills.
And hope you got there. Wow.
Beverly says her son went to MCC and got that certificate to drive.
That's right. Look
And
at there.
as we've mentioned before, a few of you really liked old Barney Miller, the TV show that used to be on. One of the stars has a birthday today. Anybody remember this guy named Max Gale? There he is right there, this guy here in the background. He was born on this date. He was part of that Barney Miller show.
I just couldn't. I
Wasn't
couldn't
your-
get into it.
Wasn't my show either. We have a lot.
We'll do a sideways. Don't know if it was bad. Don't know if it was good, but it just wasn't us.
Yeah. Now, we think a lot alike on movies here. Yeah. Let's see, the next thing that happened in today. Some say he was a man among men. 1964, we would lose this fella named Douglas MacArthur. Some say Harry S. Truman was a horse's end. I've heard that before, too.
Well, you know, I mean, talking about leading the troops.
Boy, he was a leader.
And talk about the troops going by what he said. They supported him and believed in him, and they would follow him into wherever he wanted them to go.
That's right. That is a true leader.
That's a true leader. And he didn't take junk.
No, sirree.
So I liked it.
Scott wanted to know when was the tornado that hit where he was. 1906, if I'm right.
1906, come down Front Street and took out a bunch of buildings down through there. That was back when most of those 3- and 4-story buildings were just becoming a thing, with zero warning, straight down Front Street. And, you know, I can't remember how many lives we lost.
Oh, it was a lot.
It was a lot. Wasn't quite as bad as Tupelo, but
pretty stout.
man, it was something.
A lot of you got to see this young man when he was here in town. A lot of you knew him from Livingston, Alabama area. Why? He'd done a lot of hunting over there. As Troy Gentry was born on this date. Of course, he would lose his life in a tragic helicopter accident a few years ago. Montgomery Gentry is who Troy was with, and what a singer he was. Nice guy. Yeah. Met him many times. I cannot say enough nice things about him. Here's a guy that, wasn't my type of singer, but he did do good with one song. He's huge in Texas, even to this day. Wave on Wave. And I've listened to that song 20 times. And I'm still trying to figure out what he's talking about. Wave on Wave.
I don't think I've heard it.
I mean, he didn't make enough money out because if you notice, he was barefooted on stage. Bless his heart.
He's like me not too long ago, needed a haircut.
But has anybody ever determined what that song was about? I couldn't. I really tried. Things have to have meaning in my life or I don't get it. I put Pat Green at the top of that. 1974, this is one that I truly got, and most Americans did too. This song was released, and it was called That Ragged Old Flag by Johnny Cash on this date. Boy, if you've never listened to that one, roll back.
That'll make you stop and take a breath.
Mighty proud of that ragged old flag. Does stand true. As we look to this, we did lose a big inventor on this day. He had a lot of money. He did invent a lot of things. As we lost Howard Hughes in 1976 on today's date.
You know, he had one of those brains that, I mean, he could really put stuff together. And look what he's done with just air travel.
Yeah.
I mean, just amazing to be able to put a thought down on a piece of paper and bring it to life.
If you could play drums, I'd get you to do that about right now to make our point on the next TV show that went to the great by and by. They did try to make a remake, and
there we go again. It is no good.
The original Hawaii Five-0 ended today in 1980. It was the longest, at that time, longest-running detective TV show to ever make it that long. It ran from like 67 to 60.
For a while.
Yeah.
Book 'em, Dano.
That was the line that you always heard. And he always stood at the top of that tower of that penthouse. You know, he turns around. Steve McGarrett was his name.
Yep.
Liked that show also. This will be the first time... Poor shoe salesman. And I know there's some shoe salesmen out there. It's a thumbs up. Anybody out there remember watching the premiere of Married with Children? That was funny. I don't care who you are.
What was the one over there on the
Marcy?
Right? Marcy.
And if you'll notice, I put both of these pictures. We've got Steve here who started out, who
disappeared,
and we ended up with, what's his name over here? It was on the tip of my tongue.
Steve was smart. He got up out of there. He said, "This woman's crazy."
I almost had his name. It'll come to me in a minute.
Help us. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was tough. You're gonna do this, or she run that household.
Would she eat bonbons all day long? Peg Bundy?
Yeah. Oh, you know who her husband is, don't you?
No, I don't.
Steven Seagal.
You're kidding me. Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
That's Peg's real husband.
Wow. I learned something. She really was attractive in real life.
Oh, yeah.
Did she have the tall hair in life?
You know, I can't remember, but I want to say yes.
I'm going to think of that old boy's name here in a minute, Tier.
Al Bundy.
Yeah. 1994. This was always a mystery surrounding this guy's death. There's a lot of people that didn't accept the way it was put out. Kurt Cobain passed away on this date back in 94.
Yeah, because it was a suicide or it wasn't suicide.
Supposedly a shotgun, and they said there's no way that he couldn't have done that. Jeff Cleveland.
Jefferson, that's right.
I knew it was a one-word name. Jeff Cleveland, thank you for remembering that. Jefferson never wanted to work.
No.
It's kind of like the new generation of America.
And he didn't care.
Let his wife
work. Him all day. She brought home the money.
1997, a TV show would begin, and you would like this guy. He talked a little funny.
Well, just a little bit over there, but he'd say, "Look, here is a crocodile," and I'll walk up to it and pet it.
That's the way he sounded.
You know, it was...
Steve Irwin debuted with the Crocodile Hunter on this date back in 97.
Yeah.
And how tragedy that he would lose his life.
Yeah, I mean, he taught so much about animals for a stingray to get him.
Somebody's arguing with you. Carl says that she's not married to Stephen.
Then they're divorced. She was.
She was?
If she's not still, she was. Yep.
Debbie agrees that no one could do that turnaround on top of a building like Jack Lord.
Nope.
He used to do parades, too, you know, like the Saturday morning Macy's Day. I've seen him on a lot of parades.
I used to watch some of and I can still watch some of them, but you know what tears me up about most of those parades?
Tell me.
Those dumb commentaries.
Yeah, they just don't quite match the way we rate things.
Parade commentaries.
Okay, Carl's saying her husband is somebody named Sutter that produced Sons of Anarchy. I've never watched it, but I hear that that's good. Haven't seen it.
I hadn't seen it either.
Sons of Anarchy. All right. We lost somebody else that was a huge name in Hollywood. He was a man among men. When you saw him, you didn't doubt what he was because he was a manly man.
That's right.
Charlton Heston passed away on this day back in 2008. And, of course, that movie made him humongous.
He has played all kinds of parts.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, always manly man.
All right. We got more on the way as we begin this early Wednesday. It's what day is it?
It's Hump Day!
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
I'm Chris Bullock, and I'm a candidate for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor. As a former Meridian Police Department cadet and Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office Ranger, public safety will always be a top priority. As supervisor, I'll stand with our brave law enforcement officers and promote law and order. I'll approve funding for necessary personnel, training, and equipment to ensure professional service and safer community. I ask for your prayers and I ask for your support.
Paid Political by friends of Chris Bullock. Well, as we talk about things that go on in the community, every now and then you need a house. And our friends at Snowden & Company are there for you, whether you're buying, selling, or whatever the need is. Maybe you're inherited Aunt Gertrude's house, and, well, you just don't want to live in Aunt Gertrude's house, and somebody down the road wants it. They can take care of it for you. Talk to them. They'll handle all that paperwork. And I'm telling you, if you've never bought a home before, the paperwork that is involved when you go to the bank to make this happen, man. They can explain it and make it in everyday language for you, because you need that. It's kind of like
that's good to have somebody that you can call and say, hey, I need you to take care of this for me.
Right.
They do everything. You sit back, whether it's receiving the check or buying your first, second, third, or retirement home. Well, they can help you.
Snowden & Company. Visit them online there at snowdenrealestate.com. Many things you'll see, like these signs here. And I'll tell you this, you can call them again, 453-3937. I've known her all her life. I give the thumbs up approval on good people. You got to have good people.
Got to have good people.
And that's where we fall with them.
Right.
You're getting eaten alive.
Yes, and I'm trying to help go back. And I don't know why, but I could have, for all of me,
Did somebody tell you this information after the sip and savor?
It might have been that one guy we were talking to, that politician. And I don't know exactly where, but I really did think that they were married, and for whatever reason.
So we're finding out maybe
that was her maiden name, but I'm going to go back and look because I got on here, so I have to say, no, there's an apology. But he was married to Kelly LeBlanc.
And she was who?
Woo, she's the one that she was the invention in that science show where they created
the two kids.
Yeah.
That show.
Y'all remember who she is.
Hey, I couldn't help but notice this. I was looking around in news headlines, and the folks down at the Hattiesburg Patriot happened to notice, well, this isn't supposed to be here. So I thought we would show you that as a Hattiesburg police car found a light bulb. Ruh-roh.
Weird science, Jerome. Thank you. That's it. Weird science.
It was. That was. And she was in something else we mentioned the other day. She had a birthday a day or so ago. And I'd forgotten the other show that it was, but it was a big show also.
Now, she played in a movie with, I'm not going to say it because I'd probably be wrong, but was she not a nurse in one of Steven Seagal's movies?
Yes, you're right.
Where he...
Hard to Kill.
Hard to Kill.
Where he was in a coma.
Yep. And she stole him from the hospital and took him home and brought him back. Because we talked about that one line that got the guy arrested. And you can take that to the bank.
It sure was. That was really good movie. I give that thumbs up.
There's a thumbs up. Yeah,
Steven Seagal, most of his movies really were good shows. And Above the Law, remember that one?
Great movie.
Then what was the one on the train that he went in, Dark Territory or something?
Under Siege.
Yeah. Then there was that birthday cake. That old girl jumped out of it. We don't know how she got trapped in there, but
that's right.
I was shocked when she come out, and I said, "Ooh!" Angie made me turn the TV off.
But you remember the movie? We go back and watch. Yeah,
we can YouTube it.
Roy said correct. I got something right.
You go, boy.
Boop, boop.
We'll find out who Stephen was married to and report back tomorrow morning there.
He's had 4 or 5 of them.
4 or 5? You just can't get along with them, huh?
Mm-mm.
Man alive.
Wow.
That does happen in Hollywood, y'all. It's very few that make it the entire time.
Yeah.
Vicksburg is making the news, and we don't know that this will happen or not, but they've been approached to, it's sort of like Bad Boys.
Cops.
They've been approached by a primetime television show to ride with the cops of Vicksburg. Will it happen? We'll see. They are taking it to the board to try to get approval on that. Why are they choosing Vicksburg? There's a lot of crime over there.
Well, y'all come over here.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So just how, I've never seen any of that in actual filming, but they got to fill up the back of a police car when they're doing this.
Oh, yeah, you got cameras
the camera
all
crews.
over it.
Yeah. So
that would be, and so now we don't have enough cars on the streets because you got to have one to haul the people if you catch them, and you got to have one to haul all the cameras.
Yeah. Oh boy.
So now that would put two on the street.
We got to hire some more people.
We got to hire drivers.
Brett Favre's people are saying drop the lawsuit against Brett. He's not guilty of anything. He is asking for that to happen. No word yet on what will become with this with the state. And this also makes other news here as we see another headline coming from this whole thing of the money that was taken that was supposed to be sent to the poor and underprivileged in Mississippi. A fitness trainer says former Bryant directed the welfare-funded project, and he is suing for emotional stress since they told him he had to give back that $1.3 million that he got that he wasn't supposed to get. Emotional stress. Write that down.
Can I use that?
Well, we may have to before the day is out. Now, I'm not going to say what are the odds of him winning this. I just literally can't. I'm not an attorney, but he is suing there.
If you can go to a drive-through and order some coffee and put it between your legs and drive off and spill a little bit and sue.
And win.
We
cannot comment.
We cannot comment. No one for 80 years you knew that stuff was hot.
This guy is saying that he shouldn't return the money because he didn't know about it, that it was taken from there. But in the law somewhere it says that not knowing is
not excuse for the law, or
yeah, something like that. Boy.
If somebody walked up and said, "You want $1.3 million?" I'd be like, "Yeah." Where'd this come from?
Might be smart to ask. He even had a meeting with Phil Bryant, and everybody at this point, and we're not accusing Phil Bryant of anything, we want to be clear, but everybody's going this direction, pointing at Phil Bryant. We'll see what becomes of this.
I wasn't in this by myself.
It's getting sticky. Spring is in the air at the Neshoba County Co-op, located at 338 West Main Street, downtown Philadelphia. If you're looking for that perfect flower for your home or getting ready for a garden, whether it's butter beans, peas, or tomatoes, they've got it all there. The fishing calendar says it's great at the Neshoba County Co-op, whether you're bass fishing or if you're out for crappie. From new rod and reels to getting the exact lure or maybe that worm that you're hunting. Grab a pole and go fishing today. And let's not forget about turkey season. And remember, all roads lead to the Neshoba County Co-op.
If you're building or remodeling your home and finally getting around to that to-do list, before you spend your hard-earned money anywhere else, do yourself and your pocketbook a favor and check out the huge selection available at Southern Pipe and Supply. They have a large showroom on Highway 39 North in Meridian. You can check out the large selection of tubs, showers, sinks, and faucets. Southern Pipe for all of your heating and air conditioning system upgrades, along with standby generators in preparation for storm season. And we're local, Southern Pipe and Supply.
What drives us may be different, but what we share is the pursuit. Whether taking on the job site or your own backyard, let the pursuit of the perfect cut begin. Stihl's zero-turn mowers are here. Real Stihl. Find yours.
Need an expert to repair a rock peck or cracked windshield? Call Advanced Auto Glass by Joey for quality workmanship and customer service, convenient same-day service, as well as in-house calibration for vehicle safety systems. Reliable mobile service is available in Clark, Kemper, Neshoba, Lauderdale, and Newton counties for all cars, trucks, and heavy equipment. Book your appointment today for custom tinting. It can reduce temps, fading, glare, and more. Improve the safety and enhance the appearance of your vehicle today with services from Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Well, as we talk about our friend Chet let us know that they now take, hail damage out of cars. If you got dings on that, see Chet's Paint and Body. Where are they located? Right out in Center Hill.
Don't even have to repaint your car or nothing. They take the dents out of it, leave it just as pretty as can be. And even that cop car that hit that telephone pole can bring that over here and fix it, and you just look like nothing was ever wrong.
Now, we've got some new pictures of some new cars that arrived out of Chet's, but it's the same thing. They're going to fix it right. That's what matters. And there's one way to always find out who does great paint jobs. Ask somebody.
That's right.
You'll find that name in Meridian is one of the best of the best there. 737-2961. Doesn't cost a bit to have Chet look at your car, take it out. They'll give you an estimate on it, tell you approximately how long it'll take to do it. And that's one good thing about them. When they give you something in a handshake, that's the way it's going to be. You'll find it only in Center Hill.
And he's going to argue with the insurance company.
Oh, yeah.
You don't even have to do that. He takes it, you bring the car, the keys, and it's done.
Chet has won a few Jello wrestling competitions in his life. He can take them all.
He can do it.
Talk to him today. They'll get your car fixed up and done right. Now, we need to ask your wife to cover her ears because we don't want her to know this at all.
So, baby,
Amy,
plug your ears.
Would you just tell me that maybe once in your life, just once?
I was wrong.
And how did that happen?
I thought that
Stephen,
I really thought that. But everybody out there can be wrong once. It took me 53 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
it could happen.
It can happen. You never know.
So y'all keep that in mind there. But we do have a list here of a bunch of wives that were sent in here. Where did that go? Right there.
There it is.
We can't pronounce any of these women's names, but we're going to try.
Well, I got Kelly LeBlanc. I can pronounce her name.
He's married to somebody named something Seagal right now.
Yeah. From 2009.
Still married to her. That's
married.
good.
Kelly LeBlanc from 87 to 96.
And then somebody else called
Adrienne LaRussa.
I can't pronounce
that. From 84 to 84.
What about that one there?
Miyoko Fujitoni.
Yeah. He didn't ask our opinion before he married.
No.
But Steven Seagal has been married quite a few times that we didn't know about.
Twice in the same year. He was married to Fujianti until 87. But in 84, he was married to this Russo.
So he's a busy man, is all we can say.
Yeah.
Now, he's not in the ballpark with Liz Taylor or anything, but he gets around, is what we're telling you.
That's right.
It's come to the end of our show. We'll be back tomorrow morning, bright and early, to let you know what goes on behind the scenes.
That's right. 23 hours from now, we'll come back in for the fastest hour in TV.
We'll see you then. God bless.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners. The following program was paid for by Southern America.